And good morning, Thursday. Looks like my phone's not working properly here. So, I think it's working now. So, on a Throwback Thursday, I wanted to share with you again one of the quotes I really enjoyed from my teacher was, he was a Doug. The worst thing that could happen is when nothing happens at all. So that was fun. It talked about my procrastination issues. Why do today what I can do tomorrow, right? But I get nothing accomplished. So he started off by making a checklist. He goes, here's your checklist. I want you to check off 10 things out of the 20 things that I assigned for you. So you have a sense of accomplishment. Great. Then as I got older, he goes, you know what? You're doing a lot of this easy stuff. You're not getting to the important stuff. So start organizing your checklist according to what's the hardest. Get the hard stuff out of the way and then the easiest stuff. And then reward yourself. Nice strategy. But what was happening was I would get to the hard stuff, but I'd also pick and choose what I get to do. And sometimes your priorities change because I was always trying to find the easy way out. So I started understanding this, what we call the pleasure and pain principle. And what that is that we as humans, we avoid pain and we always seek pleasure. So using that principle, I started looking at the ideas of what happens instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to do this and I'm going to reward myself with an ice cream. Well, sometimes you can say, you know what, we don't really need that ice cream, I'm on a diet. Now you found a reason to procrastinate. Instead, I started understanding and saying, hey, what happens if you don't do these? So I started with the pain principle, the compliance of that if I don't do this, these are the consequences of my actions. When I started motivating myself, then all these important things of what I had to do became the top things, the first top 10, because the fact is, if I don't do these things, these are the grave consequences to my actions, or basically inaction. So that's how I started to get my checklist into a way that I found worked for me at the time. And later on, as this becomes habit, you're going to be finding different ways to do it yourself. But at least I wanted to share that with you because my teacher always used to walk around saying the worst thing that can happen is when nothing happens at all. So take action, get away from that procrastination, make a list. You have that checklist, where's your reward? Your reward is the more you check off, the more there's a sense of accomplishment of getting that stuff done for the day. Thought for the day, morning coffee with Marcaida. I'll be throwing up one of my favorite loves I'm going back to again is the karambit. Ay karambit! Look out for those posts. Take care.